Hi, I'm Daniel and this is Ashville Weekly, episode 53. Well, I'm a man of action. Boom, boom, boom. Jump inside of this and see what I can do, which I'm not going to. Having a look at the toolbox. What an animal. Oh yes. Forwards, backwards, making me very excited. And we're gonna fill those holes. It's gonna be very painful. Nuts out here. We need to try and stay serious. Monday morning, I'm not in the yard. I'm somewhere in the wilderness with cattle and sheep and a lot of tractors. I'm on my way back to London. Fortunately, at the moment, I have fuel. I've just heard from the lads in the yard that the scaffolders have arrived and they will continue trying to make the area watertight. Terry, everything that you can see here, in terms of the way they're putting the scaffold together and the position of the repair bay, does that look like it complies and makes sense?
Yeah.
You see, I've been using my Dell Latitude for a while. Well, the good people at Dell have decided that it's time for an upgrade. I've been upgraded from a 15-inch to an XPS 17-9700, black on black with a carbon fiber finish. With a much bigger screen, I can see a lot more of what I'm doing. Fantastic for Zoom calls, emails, and checking on how the videos are doing. 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports and 1 SD card slot. This laptop is ideal for creatives. The keyboard is very satisfying to type on. I love how spacious the trackpad is. Here's a favorite feature of mine. Because I'm an avid multitasker, I simply plug my XPS into my 2 Dell 40-inch curved screens, and now I can see everything that I'm working on. Also, the fans are super quiet, so you won't be that annoying person in a meeting whose laptop starts overheating. With the business expanding lately, I've been doing a lot more meetings. When we're mid-meeting, 17 inches means I don't need any external screens or monitors. I can just flip my laptop round and show everyone the stats. When the boardroom meeting's over, it's back to my desk for Zoom calls and having a look what's going on in the yard. I'm about to go into a board meeting. I'm just gonna go out onto the landing out here just to have a look and get some fresh air. Great battery life when on the move, nice large screen that I can share with others and plenty of space for me to work. Loving my Dell upgrade. In a nutshell, the Dell XPS 17 is designed for those who need more portability, more power, and a larger screen. Check the link in the description to find out more about the Dell range. There's a new company that we're working with, and they came into the yard yesterday and they did a lot of networking work, and they had a lovely little surprise for me. So they changed all our Ethernet cables for black and yellow. How good does that look? Back on the motorway, just before I get close to London, I'm gonna fill up again to ensure that we have fuel for our road trip going up to Yorkshire on Tuesday evening. So I've just stepped into the yard and straight away I've seen one of my lovely new Volvos. Driver's side mirror has been smashed off. I said, who on earth did that? And he went, it wasn't me, another lorry hit me. And it was actually an Ashville lorry that hit him. Apparently the lorry slipped on the ground and it smashed the mirror off this. Now generally with these Volvos, these mirrors are simple because they come as a complete unit, but this mirror doesn't come as a complete unit. We have to order separate parts, which is not so bad because we can order the arm and we're gonna order the bottom mirror because the top mirror is still intact. I can also see that with the roll-on, roll-off, the toolbox has arrived. So this is the area we cut out already for it. This toolbox didn't come with any mounting brackets, so we need to build a complete frame in here and attach this toolbox, and all the bits and pieces, ratchet straps, 4 brothers chains should all fit in here. I ordered myself a small telescopic ladder so you can get on and off the body, and I managed to find one in black and yellow. At first, to get back out on the road and start working as soon as we could, we thought about putting the driver in another tipper and then waiting until the mirror coming and fixing it, but we never had another tipper for him to drive because fortunately they are all out working. So that driver jumped in his car, went to Volvo, got the mirror, and now the mirror is being repaired with the parts we got, and I'll be back on in a second. The greedy boards, you've got to measure up for the greedy. We need to put the same greedy boards.
Yeah, we'll do that. I can do that as and when.
Backlight covers.
Yeah, I can do that for you. Yes, and last time, little brackets up.
Yeah. When can I bring it in?
I don't think bring it in this week because.
What?
All the windows being put in now.
What?
And then we've got the people coming cladding the whole building. So I'm going to try and do this here now.
Thank you, mate.
Mate.
All right, thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. It's Tuesday afternoon. Thank you. And I am not in the yard. I am in the city of London, just by Bank Station. I'm leaving now after a morning of meetings and I'm heading back to the yard. Hopefully the traffic won't be so bad. Scaffolders were at the yard nice and early. Let's see how they got on. We had a bit of work done to the new volumetrics today. It wasn't actually us doing works to upgrade it, it was repair work. The weather isn't fantastic, so the yard is a bit boggy, but all is going well. Back in the yard, I'm just preparing for a Zoom call that I have at 4 o'clock. And while I'm here, I was having some discussions on what I'm going to do with our new training room. So I'm going to talk you through it. Training room plan. Large television on the wall here. Whoever's taking the class will sit here. There'll be a desk around here, another desk here, and another desk here. Desk and desk. I don't want these desks to have legs because it's a very small space. So we're going to make some steel angles which are going to be supported, and everything is going to be bolted and strengthened in the wall, and then we're going to insulate, close the walls, and then we're going to put the tops on the desks afterward. So it looks in effect like the desks are floating. We're going to have very basic lighting, and we're going to have the trunking running around here so we can move around the electrical sockets. Anyone taking the class sits up from here, they can do a presentation here. That's the plan for the training room. And some good news, possibly the best news, making me very excited. A very, very, very long time ago, I told you about the 150-ton Liebherr digger that I was going to do a review on. I then told you about it again, and it didn't happen. I then told you about it again, and it didn't happen. Well, finally, we have a date in the diary, Wednesday, the 20th of October. Your boy is going to be on a 150-ton machine, putting it through its paces, doing a review, and seeing what mischief I can get up to with it. So we're going to Yorkshire in a couple of hours. So I need to get ready for my Zoom. There's a lot going on. This is the time of the day when all the drivers are getting back, and actually having a look at the toolbox on the roll-on roll-off. It's not nearly big enough because all the chains have now arrived, and that toolbox has taken only the ratchet strap. So I need to find some other size toolboxes to order those and find somewhere on this lorry we can fit them in, because everything is packed on this lorry. There's no space at all. Having a look at it, we've downloaded the PDF catalog and we found something to fit over the axle here, which is what we originally wanted. It's 330 deep, what isn't much, but the top of it is around 400, but that's still not enough. So we're actually going to order 4 of them. So we're going to go one here, and then we're going to fit one here, but we're going to fit it on one side, and we're going to put a fit in here to keep it in place, and we're going to do the other side as well. So all in all, this lorry will have 5 toolboxes on it, and then we hope that we can spread the weight evenly between the ratchet straps and the chains and the hooks. Then we should be good to go out on the road eventually, at last, I think and hope. You may have seen a video that we did a while back where we tested the automatic braking on a Mercedes Actros tractor unit. Well, unfortunately, it didn't stop. Well, that didn't work, did it? And Mercedes got in touch with a lot to say. Well, I'm a man of action. So I said, let me do a part 2. So we're on our way to South Yorkshire to the Customer Experience Centre, because I want to see if we can get it to work a second time. So it's going to be a road trip. Me and the team are jumping in the car. We thought we would let the traffic die down a little bit, and now we're going to make our way up to Yorkshire. Hopefully there's no roadworks on the M1, which is near impossible. There will be roadworks, but fortunately today I have fuel. So let's get moving. Oh my God, have you pressed record yet? I'm dying. All right, we got to the hotel after a 3-hour drive. Harry, who's part of my management, Aris brother, he is now filming us. We're just having a quick brief and we've decided what time we're going to be down here in the morning. From here, we're going to go and get ourselves a coffee and some breakfast. Then we're going to do a little bit of practice and we're going to go through the script together and we're going to be ready at 9 a.m. to start shooting at Mercedes. We need to be as organized as possible, but we need to try and stay serious. I'm buzzing up. I'm worried about what this footage will look like. The trouble is, the kind of faces this man is putting. I can't wait to see this footage. That'll be the highlight of my week. Right, let's go to the room. We're all going to try and get some sleep and we'll be back here first thing in the morning. And on the way back, we might make a stop in at one of my friends and see how his business is getting on because he's up this way. Wednesday morning, I'm up in Barnsley. I think this counts as Barnsley. We did make a time to meet outside the rooms, but I was up long before that, so I thought I'd have a shower, collect my laptop, and do as much work as I can in the reception area. No point me waking up the lad. So this is the first petrol station that we've driven past up here, when there's no one here, and every single pump is working. So up in Barnsley, what fuel shortage? So here we are at Mercedes-Benz World. Look at the security. Let us in. Let us in. We have an appointment. We're booked in. My name's Daniel from Ashville. It's nearly 9 o'clock. Bit of a slow start to the day for us, but you know, let's see how we can get on. Let's get in there. The site looks pretty big. The weather's fine, so we can throw a drone up and have a look around. Let's get cracking. Here we are at the Mercedes-Benz Customer Experience Center. We are here because we have unfinished business. We're going to do the active brake test part 2. No doubt my team are going to include all the bloopers because I am about to film the intro for those main videos. Hi, I'm Daniel and this is Ashville. Today we are at the Mercedes-Benz Experience Center, the Mercedes-Benz Customer Experience Center. Yep. Do you want another one? Might be a bit more animated this time because I'm full of coffee.
I want to say in Barnsley, just so, because there might be different customer experience centers around the world.
Okay, fine. Hi, I'm Daniel and this is Ashville. Today we are at the Mercedes-Benz Customer Experience Center in Somalia. That's because there might be one in Somalia as well. Boom, boom, boom. This area on the other side of the gate is where Mercedes have all their approved used trucks. This area used to be full. Because of the problem with semiconductors, meaning that they cannot produce any more ECUs, nobody can get hold of new lorries, so they've managed to sell nearly all of the used trucks. So we have a shortage of HGVs and we have a shortage of HGV drivers. I've just been shown a video that has absolutely blown me away. It's inspirational. It's the history of Mercedes-Benz. Now, the name Mercedes-Benz actually came later, but the 3 people that started the company, their names were Daimler, Maybach, and Benz. And that gentleman Benz, his wife went on the first long-distance automobile journey in 1888 when people thought that she was a witch. There was a racing car driver called Emil Genelec. Now, he had a daughter called Mercedes Genelec, and he used her name Mercedes to name his company. So we had Mercedes and we had Benz. Now, these 2 companies were ahead of their time, so they were struggling to get to market. In 1926, the 2 companies formed together to make Mercedes-Benz. All right, mate, can I get any keys for these?
Yeah, but they're open, we'll be able to get you inside the cabin.
What? Having a look here, we have a Unimog. Look at this animal. I think I'm gonna have a jump inside of this and see what I can do. I'm not sure if Mercedes will let me take this anywhere. What I need to do is take this on a complete dirt track and see what I can do to try and roll it over, but I'm not sure they'll let me do that. I don't wanna get in trouble and get thrown out. Nice. They're manual window winders there. I remember on some of my first whips, I didn't have electric windows, so I used to try to wind it down like this and not move my shoulder to pretend like I had electric windows when I didn't. So this Unimog is about 30 years old. This is one of the very first ones. It's just gonna, whoa, we've got lights on the dashboard. I think we've got a thing here for the engine. Can I try and turn it over, turn it on or no?
Yeah, it should turn over with the keys in there.
Yeah? Let's see if this turns on. Gotta make sure I'm not in gear. Right, look at the gear stick. Them gear sticks that require man to have strength. Well, look at these flashing lights. No, 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 there's no limit. No, I didn't try it. Okay. You ready? All right, nothing happened. Cool, innit? All right. All right, maybe I'm doing something wrong.
It might, to be honest, have a flat battery because this one will use a little while.
Okay, fine. All right.
Might be our struggle.
False alarm. There's a flat battery and we got a lot to do. But what I will do is I'm gonna inquire about having one of these, like a newer one, because I'm not gonna lie, man needs a little bit of comfort. I think 30 years ago, people were a little bit smaller because I'm a bit crushed in it. Got a comparison for you. Here's one 30 years old, and this is a 2018. And get this, what's special on this one? That steering wheel can be moved to the other side in some of these models. So I'm gonna take a closer look at this. This has got a lot more of the creature comforts. It's a lot more modern inside, but who knows? These modern ones, who knows how many sensors it's got on it and how many computers. This one's 30 years old and it's still going because it's a lot more simple. But I think I would go for this one. Behind me here, this is the used stock from Tesco. So I didn't know this, but Mercedes have the contract to supply Tesco with all their tractor units. Now, these are the old ones. Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's walk over here. This is how my hand was.
Okay, yeah.
This is for weekly, so I've said something somewhere and I'm gonna put it in the other place like this and it's gonna look like a great transition. That's the plan anyway. Exactly how my hands were. Look like I'm on Strictly Come Dancing. Or some salsa. And these are the new ones. These are the old ones. These are the new ones. Old ones, new ones. Now, you might look at the cab and you might think it's just slightly smaller, but there's a very significant change. These cabs are 2.3 in width, whereas the original ones are 2.5. The reason Tesco and Mercedes have done this is for direct vision standards in central London. So at 2.3, with the glass door on the passenger side, they can achieve a 4-star rating. Got a bit of a flat tire here. Nice. Those quick repairs by the side of the road. My new whip has come from Mercedes. I've been waiting for it for a while. I ordered this quite long ago. It's one of those new ones. It's not hydrogen powered. It's not electric. It's not petrol. It's not diesel. This one runs off thin air. Only joking. This is what we're going to use for the active brake tests because we don't want to put anyone in harm's way. And we don't have the insurance for it. It's been a lot of fun. We've been here for a long time. But now we're going to do something that's even more fun. Take a look at this Unimog. I'm going to take this off-road and put it through its paces. The vibrations in the ground are telling me that the T-Rex is out of the enclosure. And I hear that there are also some raptors on the loose as well, hunting in packs. Real life Jurassic Park has happened, and your boy, of course, is a superhero. So it's time to jump in this vehicle, head on the trail, and see if we can't catch some of these animals and get them back in their cages. This is nuts. Oh my God, this is crazy. Come on. Come on. All right, cool. So when we get stuck, diff locks on, back, forward. And we're off. Come on. Unbelievable. Unbelievable power. That is what I am talking about. Let's go over the tree branch. It's nuts. And we climb up the hill. This is crazy. And this is only 230 brake horsepower. That's what I'm talking about. Serious. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Look at that. Come on. We are fully in the mix here. Here we go, we've got some overgrown shrubbery. I can't see where I'm going, but I must have faith. We have some dinosaurs, but they are herbivores, so we're not worried about that. It's nuts out here. I cannot even see where I'm going, but I'm trusting in the capabilities of this vehicle, and I am going straight through. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. This is nuts. Battling our way through the trees. The elements were against us and we got stuck and the truck managed to fight its way out. Obviously with me as well, it was 50-50, it was me and the truck. What an animal. That is by far the best off-road vehicle I've ever driven in my life. Whoa, that was crazy. Special thanks to Mercedes for let me take this on a test drive. Looks like they're gonna have to respray it. And somebody dirtied the wheels. I'm not sure what happened. Somebody dirtied the wheels. In other news, we managed to herd the Velociraptors and the T-Rex is back in his enclosure and we've dropped a goat in there because obviously he's not a vegetarian. Guys, I'm being serious. That was crazy. That is the best off-road experience I've ever had. This vehicle is an animal. It's crazy. You don't want me to have one of these. I could never have one of these. I will monster truck everything in sight. It got stuck in a ditch and it wriggled and it got out, rolled forwards, backwards, nuts! It's crazy, I love it. Never had so much fun in an off-road vehicle. For a little while now, I've been saying that I'm trying to prepare for the zombie apocalypse. And I keep talking about this Hummer. Well, do you know what? I may have the replacement vehicle for the Hummer that I didn't actually get. I feel that this vehicle, if bulletproof, with bars all over the windows, could serve me in a zombie apocalypse when I'm monster trucking all over all their carcasses. I think I found the right vehicle. On further exploration, we've discovered that this has different applications. So if in fact we decide to have one of these at Ashville, we can pull out these stairs and we can get into the back and we can have bags of material, or alternatively, if the zombie apocalypse comes, this is where the likes of Terry, AKA Leroy, can make their way into the back. Obviously the VIP area, like a nightclub, we'll just take that off there. Step into the back. Zombie apocalypse. I think I found my new vehicle. On the way back down the M1, it would be rude not to pop in and see my mate Wayne and see how he's getting on. Pulling in the gate straight away, I thought, this is just like being at Ashville. There's one grab trying to load for the morning. There's another tipper trying to get in the gate. There's repairs carrying on everywhere around. So yeah, it's good to see that I'm not the only one who faces the challenges. Now we're gonna jump back on the M1 and head down south. So 6:54, I'm back in the yard. There's an event starting at QPR at 7 p.m. I still have to go home and get changed and wear something appropriate, but I'm not going to be able to make it. I'll send some email apologies, but it couldn't be helped because the day has been so busy. But let's have a look at how the scaffold got on today. Now that the scaffold is on all the sides, it's beginning to get a lot darker in here. But fortunately, I thought ahead and let there be light. It's not quite watertight, but we're working in the area and we're just sealing off final places, and then we're gonna put a large gate on the front which can be locked. There is water that's seeping in through the sides, what we're gonna address later, but first and foremost, we're just addressing the rainwater coming in and we're stopping the gust of wind that blows from the back to the front. I'm in the railway yard. It's dark, but our floodlight is working as planned. I come looking for the roll-on, roll-off lorry because I believe the toolboxes arrived today and I want to see how those fit onto it. They've been fitted on the wings. We now have the toolbox there. We have 2 here and 2 on the other side. That means this lorry has all the gear that it needs to work at last. The Mansafe system, I've spoke about this for a while. The 2 pillars are now fixed into the ground. You can see one of the top points here, and there's going to be another one here, and there's going to be a line running across here. This is basically so when anybody is on top of the concrete lorry, they're going to be secure. If they trip and fall and they fall from the top of the lorry, they will have the system which holds them in place. It's going to be very painful around here. It's like a harness that you have to wear around your whole body, but it will save their life. I'm heading home. A bit disappointed I'm missing the QPR event, but very happy that I'm greeted on the road by an Ashville concrete lorry. See the road sweeper behind me, just leaving the yard. We had a problem with it. The starter on the donkey engine went. Thankfully, we had a delivery from Capital Plant this morning and we've managed to fit the donkey engine on. It's a bit wet in the yard, so we're gonna go around and we're gonna suck up all the pools of water. Then we're gonna take material and we're gonna fill those holes to level it off just so the water runs away a bit. You know, when there's machines tracking around and lorries driving, when you're turning the wheel like this, often you can dig yourself holes around the yard. So we're gonna fill those in so we get rid of those pockets of water. Then we're gonna run the road sweeper up and down the road. Samson, the friendly Scania engineer, is here. Samson, what are we going fixing?
I think there's an engine management light on.
Engine management light on. What, you just turning on the tunes here?
No.
I see that Samson rolled in here with no fuel. What's going on? Why have you got no diesel?
No, I'll just fill up when I get
Yeah, not here though, you don't fill up here, yeah? Well, yeah, no. Mansafe continues. So the lads are over there putting the rest of the Mansafe together, but I need to think of how I'm going to protect it from everyone reversing in. I think the bay over there, I'm going to have to take their edge off it so there's a little bit more room. I think we'll probably spray the legs, or we may put high-vis tape on them so they stand out. Then we need to put some concrete barriers around them to protect them, because you never know if someone could have an accident or someone could reverse into it, and we need to protect those because they're a Mansafe system, and if it was damaged. Scaffolding is progressing nicely. We are building the front gate as we speak, and then we're going to cut everything so it opens together like this. Today there's going to be a little bit of additional scaffold. Above my office there's going to be a little roof which basically covers me when I'm trying to get in the office, fumbling with my keys, that I'm not going to get absolutely drenched. We're nearly there in the new workshop area. So we have some work to do over here. Because we have no firm fixing for this, this will continue to move. So we're going to bolt something into the concrete here, which will hold this leg down. Once it holds it down, this part will be fixed, and then we can open this without this support moving. However, over here, what we need to do, we need to take a channel out of this slope. When we take a channel out of this slope, this wheel will be able to go over there, and this will be able to go flat. Coming over here, we just need to really have a tidy up, because once we've had a tidy up, we can completely hold this open. We're going to cut around here and we're going to cut around there, so we can then put a chain through and put a padlock on as well. I'm in my new dry area outside my office. So when I'm here and it's raining and I'm trying to get in the office quickly and I'm going fumbling with my keys and I'm getting drenched, this will protect me. Also means I can come and stand outside here, and if I fancy, I could put a little chair here and I could sit out and eat my lunch, which I'm not going to, but this is fantastic. I love it. It's 6:30 and I've just pulled up at the yard. I can't park because Maddie's in my parking space, but there must be a reason for that. He must have a puncture on the grab. The yard looks busy enough. I had hoped that everybody will be out of the yard by this time, but I assume there's a reason for that. I was correct. It is a puncture, because that could be the only reason that Maddie would take my space at this time in the morning.
Yes, it is.
You've been doing that for a while, or you just come in and it was flat?
I wasn't on this yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this morning I'm doing the normal checks and I just see that, so yeah.
That's why you have to do your checks in the morning. See, he didn't touch the lorry yesterday. What were you in yesterday, a tipper?
Yeah, I was in a tipper, yeah.
Yeah, he's come in and he's gone to take this out, and that tyre is flat, so if he didn't check it. Now you can see this area in the middle of the yard that we sucked the water out of yesterday and then filled with stone. Now it is better, but it's not good enough. So today I'm going to put more material down here. I'm going to build the area up in the middle so the rainwater will hopefully run away to somewhere else, because I can't have this. With the water sitting on top here and all the lorries turning around and maneuvering, this is only going to dig this up again. So you might think it's a waste of good stone, but if it's saving the suspension on the lorries and it means that everyone doesn't have to jump out and jump into a swimming pool each time, then it's definitely worth it. Ollie's off out, and Maddie's tyre has been repaired.
You can park there now.
Thank you so much. Maddie says I can park there now. Very generous of him. Here's one. The car wants to do a software update by itself. No idea how it's going to do that, but if I close all the windows and get out the car and lock it, a software update should start. Let's see how we get on. Let the update begin. Now you see me for the past few weeks struggling with this lorry, trying to get all the toolboxes on it, trying to put the flatbed on it, trying to make it secure, and I missed something very fundamental. So this lorry serves a purpose as a roll-on, roll-off at some points. Now generally, when you're trying to line up to hook on a bin, you look through the window and you can line yourself up. Well, you can't do that on this lorry, because when you look through that glass, you see a crane. Now, we have changed the angle of the reverse camera on the back so you can try to line yourself up with that. Now, I believe that is going to do it so the driver will be able to see, but we don't know till we test it in the field. It's one thing testing it in the yard when you've got as much time as you like and you can line yourself up slowly. It's another thing altogether on site with loads of people waiting for you to get off the site and load the bin on and get out of there. If I get really stuck, we're going to have to try and fit another camera somewhere on the lorry so you can line it up with the hook when you're picking up bins or you're picking up this flatbed. It's a continuous work in progress. Now, this isn't a standard lorry. Generally, people don't have cranes and hook loaders on it. When you're trying to line yourself up, you can use your side mirrors, then getting out and using the hook and getting in the cab and getting out and getting in and getting out, trying to do it with a hook. You can do it, but it's really going to eat up a lot of your time. Let's do what we need to do and get another camera on if the adjustment to the camera at the back doesn't work. Fortunately, the lorry at the moment is capable of going on a little mission. So the bags of material, what you've seen up the front, we've made half bags of that material and we're sending it to a laboratory for testing, because making concrete cubes in the yard, this can not be 100% accurate because there's other factors which could contribute to it not giving you 100% accurate results. So we're taking the material to a lab, we're sending cement there as well, and everything will be made in a lab by men in white coats. And then we should have our answer if we're going to use this material for concrete. We're running a load of material in the yard. We need to move the shovel out the way. We're just trying to fill the yard full of material because we're going to have a busy weekend ahead of us. And as well, I'm looking and I'm believing that the Arctic is compacting my new stone I put down. So every time it compacts, I'm going to build it up that bit more. And the stone at the bottom, because there's no fines in it, water can run through it. It's great for drainage. So it's like 130 mil down to 60 mil. And on the top of that, we just put down a bit of type 1 and it binds and compacts together and it should make a level surface so water will stop pooling there. That's the plan anyway. Now we're nearly finished with the Mansafe system. This is the fall arrest block. So when that is finished, this is going to attach to it and then someone's going to be all strapped in and then this is going to be connected to them. So this sort of works like a seat belt. As soon as there's some retraction, boom, stops. See, works like this, stops straight away. Now this is really good because when you're strapped in, it goes around this sort of area, and if you fall from height, while it saves your life, you may injure the family jewels. So with something like this, you'll only fall about 100 mil. So we're keeping the guys safe and we're making sure all of their family jewels don't get damaged at the same time. So this will be finished soon enough. I did talk about painting this yellow, but what we've decided, we're going to use the same yellow reflective tape that we use on the lorries, and we're going to wrap it round in a circular motion around parts of this. Therefore, when people are reversing into this, they will have a banksman, but they will be able to see clearly in their mirror these posts reflecting. I watch the weekly videos as well, so I watch them here, I do a watch through, a couple of watch throughs, then they go live, and actually watch them when they're live on YouTube as well. And recapping over the past few weeks, it kind of looks like all we do here is continually build SimCity just in the yard. There's a lot of stuff we do what I can't keep showing you, like what actually makes the money here. Aggregates comes in, aggregates come off, it goes onto trucks, it goes to jobs, concrete lorries load up in the yard, they go to the job, they offload concrete, we continue to build houses, we do skips, we do all of this work, but I can't continually show you this because it's very repetitive. So what I'm trying to show you is the changes that are going on, like the containers that you can see here, like the additional work that we do to lorries, bringing a new lorry, changing it, my thought process, me trying to move the business forward, the new people that work here, and every now and then I show you the day-to-day bread and butter which is happening in the background anyway. So I thought I'd let you guys know that like the business actually does need to make money as well. We don't just continuously build the best yard that was ever anywhere, and there'll be a lot more coming soon that I will share with you. We have a delivery. These sort of boxes, I do know what is normally in them, and I am excited. Let me tell you, I think I know what this is. Nah, this is the magazine article from Awesome Earth Movers. Got it framed, one for me and one for my mum. Even though if you remember Weekly correctly, my mum said she didn't want one. Do we need it framed as well?
No, not really.
Too bad for her. It'll have to go on the wall and replace the Mona Lisa. Let's check the other one. Trust the adjustment tool. Oh, wow. That's odd. Oh! I think I've made a mess. I think they've been packaged, there's 2 separate ones in each one, and I have opened both when there was no need for me to open both. Let's go back to the, oh no, my mum's gonna be fuming. We have a bit of a problem here. As far as I can see, that is not an Ashville sign. Has managed to put the awesome Earth Movers logo on this, which is a completely different magazine. Unfortunately, they are both the same. I'm gonna have to send back these 2 so they can change them, and then hopefully the next time they come, they'll be right and we can get them hung on the wall. Saturday and I'm in the yard. I was on the phone to Scania a minute ago because we are having a repeated problem with one of our Scania volumetric concrete lorries. It's back in Scania again. It's been in there 6 times now because there's a fault on it. And I did say to them it's a wiring fault, but nobody seems to listen to me because the computer didn't say that. Scania have changed one of the wiring looms on it, and they gave it to us back, and the lorry lasted for 1 day, and then the lorry's back off the road again. So now they're changing the wiring loop behind the dashboard. So I hope that's it. These new concrete lorries, what we bought, you know me, I like to spray them and I like to fully Ashville them. As you saw in the video, what we did with the 2 Volvo tippers. Click here to watch that video. But the trouble is, because we're 1 concrete lorry down and we're so busy, I have to keep these lorries out the way they look now. So I have to balance it up. Keep the business, keep going and make revenue, or take them off the road and respray them. So as they say, I am gonna keep her lit. So we're gonna keep the concretes out looking like that until we're in a position where we can part company with them. And I do wanna send both of them at the same time because it makes the video a lot better and a lot more dramatic parking them side by side. But again, I don't think I can do that. I think I'm gonna have to do 1 at a time because we're just so busy on the concrete, which of course is a good thing. I can't put media content ahead of generating revenue for the business. But at least we're in a position where we do have the lorries in place to keep going, keep it busy, and we have the drivers at the moment as well. So I feel quite lucky. That's it for Ashville Weekly, episode 53. Click here for the Ashville website. Click here to subscribe to our channel. Click here to see a video on us converting an old shipping container to create my new office, and click here for last week's episode, which was number 52. Look at this guy. He put Mickey Mouse on the front of the lorry like we're some Mickey Mouse firm.